2nd, I'm going to order that you be held on a $500 cash or secured bond. If you post that bond and if your hold is lifted on your probation case, I'm ordering that you do not drive without a valid driver's license, that you possess no alcohol or illegal drugs. I'm going to appoint Anna Dennis to represent you in justice court. And your hearing is going to be on tomorrow, the 22nd at 1:30 in the afternoon. You understand, sir? What's that?
You said on my DUI, I got a court hearing tomorrow. Is that with the judge or?
That'll be with the judge.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep.
And Your Honor, can you verify if there are Spanish speakers?
Yes. No Spanish speakers at the jail, correct?
Yes, that's correct, Your Honor.
All right. All right. You're excused. Thank you.
Okay, good night.
Bye-bye. Hi, sir. Can I get your full name?
It's Elias Young.
Mr. Young, I'm seeing you this evening on a charge of domestic violence for preventing the use of a telephone. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you.
My lawyers in Texas said that I was
So, pretrial services did speak with your wife, who's the alleged victim. And I'm getting a lot of background noise from the jail. Thank you. So pretrial services spoke with your wife, and she said that she does not object to your release and that you're welcome to return home. I'm going to order that you be released on your promise to appear in court. I'm ordering that you commit no further acts of domestic violence, and you need to be in Pima County Justice Court on February 20th at 10:30 in the morning, or a warrant can issue for your arrest. Do you understand? Oh, you're muted. Hold on.
Oh, sorry.
No.
Will I get something that has that court date?
Yes, you'll get paperwork before you go.
Okay, thank you. Yes, I understand.
All right. Your excuse, sir. Hi, can I get your full name?
Jessica Morales.
Ms. Morales, I am seeing you this evening on a number of different matters. You've got new charges of domestic violence, interfering with judicial proceedings, trespass, and another charge of interfering with judicial proceedings, and 2 counts of disorderly conduct. Again, those are all domestic violence offenses. Those are new. I do see that you just recently, like less than a week ago, were taken off of probation unsuccessfully.
Yeah, I think that's because of the balance I owe. She said that until the $420 was paid off, it would be unsuccessful.
Okay.
But I finished the classes and everything, so.
Yeah.
Well, given all of these new charges, I'm going to order that you be held on a $500 cash or secured bond. I'm ordering that you possess no alcohol or illegal drugs, that you commit no acts of domestic violence. I'm ordering that you have no contact of any kind with your mother. Don't go to her residence, and don't contact her on the phone or any other way. I'm going to appoint the city public defender's office to represent you. And I will enter pleas of not guilty for you at this time and advise you that you're ordered to appear at all of your hearings. If you miss your hearings, they can go forward in your absence. Warrants can issue for your arrest. And if you're convicted at a trial and you can't be sentenced within 90 days of the conviction, you could lose your right to a direct appeal. If you're still in custody, you're going to have a hearing on January 31st at 1:45. If you were to post that bond, you would need to get to Tucson City Court on February 24th at 10 o'clock in the morning, or a warrant will issue for your arrest. Do you understand?
Yes, now, how can I pay the bond myself here in the jail?
Yeah, you're going to have to talk to the jail about how to do that.
Okay.
Okay? All
And
right.
you said February 24th if I bond out?
If you bond out, February 24th at 10 o'clock, you're gonna get paperwork with that information on it.
Okay.
All right, but make sure you stay away from your mom's place, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you're excused. Hi, sir, can I get your full name?
Robert Robinson.
Mr. Robinson, I am seeing you this evening because you've got several warrants out of Tucson City Court you've got a case from 2019 for disorderly conduct, and then one from 2022 that's a domestic violence case, and one from 2023 that's a domestic violence case. It looks like Judge Million issued a warrant at the beginning of January because you had not appeared in court and you hadn't spoken with your attorney. And so she asked that a warrant be issued and that you be held on a $2,500 bond. So I am going to order that you be held on a $2,500 cash or secured bond. If you were to post that bond, I'm ordering that you commit no acts of domestic violence, that you have no contact of any kind with Monet Drew, that you not go to her residence or contact her in any other way. I will appoint the city public defender's office to represent you. If you're still in custody, you'll have a video review hearing on January 29th at 1:30 with Judge Million. If you were to post your bond, you would need to get to that hearing on January 29th at 1:30 with Judge Million, or a warrant will issue for your arrest. Do you understand, sir? All right, I saw you. You're good. You're excused, sir.
The guy, sure it's not 5 days and assisted this. So
Hi, sir. Can I get your full name?
Yes, Your Honor. David Lujan Terrazas.
Mr. Terrazas, I am seeing you this evening on charges of domestic violence, disorderly conduct, and criminal damage. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty for you at this time and advise you that you're ordered to appear at all of your hearings. If you miss your hearings, they can go forward in your absence. Warrants can issue for your arrest. And if you're convicted at a trial and you can't be sentenced within 90 days of the conviction, you could lose your right to a direct appeal. So, sir, pretrial services did speak with the alleged victim, Lorraine. She does not object to your release from custody, but she does not want to have contact with you. So I am going to order that you be released on your promise to appear in court. I'm ordering that you commit no acts of domestic violence, and I'm ordering that you have no contact at this time with Lorraine. It looks like she's got an active order of protection against you anyways until 2026. So you need to stay far, far away from her. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, does it go both ways? Because this is my wife,
Right,
and she contacts me asking about the divorce.
right.
Um,
And I kind of assumed that's what was going on because I think she was at your place or you guys were somewhere else first together. So here's the deal. She's got the active order of protection. And so she's considered the victim. And so that means it is up to you to stay away from her. So that means if she calls you, you don't answer. If she comes to your door, you don't open the door for her. If she comes up to you in public, you walk the other way. Okay?
yes, Your Honor.
And that just is going to last as long as she's got that active order of protection. So unless she goes into court to get that vacated, that's active and you're going to end up with all these charges. So you got to protect yourself. Okay.
Ready. Thank you.
All right. And then you need to be in Tucson City Court on February 18th at 2:00 in the afternoon, or a warrant can issue for your arrest. Okay.
February 18th at 2.
Yes. And you're going to get paperwork with that information. All right.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yes, please. Thank you. Hi, sir. Can I get your full name?
Joaquin Garcia.
Does council waive reading?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So I'm seeing you on some charges that are felony charges out of Superior Court. And they are alleged to have occurred between August 1st and September 5th of 2024. Judge Fell suggested a $25,000 bond. The state is asking for a $500,000 bond. And give me just a second. So I don't think any of us have the interim complaint, but the state put some details on Mr. Poston put some details on his recommendation. So I'm going to read
You're looking for.
the interim complaint.
I have what looks to be the interim complaint. Forgive me, it's the grand jury warrant.
Oh, right. Okay. I'm just going to read what you put here. I think that's probably enough information. I'll let you know.
Okay. So I won't send it unless you ask. And Your Honor, in both situations, under 15.
Okay. Is the order of protection a victim the same victim as in this complaint?
Judge, I can go ahead and send it to you because it's quite the read. It might be the court's going to want 5 or 10 minutes to have a look at this. I'm sending it directly to Your Honor's email right now.
All right. Can you send it to defense too?
I will.
Thank you.
Coming to you both right now.
Thank you.
And Tia, did you receive it?
I got it.
I didn't get it.
Oh,
Counselor, your last name is Catalica?
No.
I'm sorry, I put the wrong one in. What email should I send it to?
Audrey Baumgartner, audrey.baumgartner@fema.gov.
I couldn't see you in the camera at all. And didn't know your name right off the top of my head. Voice, rather. Sent, Audrey.
Thank you.
Okay, I got it.
Thank you.
Is this for the order of protection or is this for the warrant?
The latter.
Yeah, it looks like I don't think that order of protection is related to these accusations. All right.
Think so. I'm just reading. Sorry.
All right. If you're ready, Ms. Baumgartner, I'll hear from you.
I'm ready, Your Honor. We don't believe that a $500,000 bond is appropriate. He does have housing with his father and no minors live there. He wasn't able to give that number to pretrial services, but he's assured me he'll be able to stay there. He has one prior, which is not violent, from 2005. He doesn't have an active NVCA flag. He's a 3 on both scales. This is from August of this year. He was never previously arrested and looks like the warrant was just issued early December. So given all those factors, Your Honor, and the fact that Judge Phil, despite seeing all the allegations, only insisted on a $25,000 bond, we'd be asking for no higher than $25,000.
I'm going to order a $50,000 bond. It'll be cash or secured, released to pretrial services if that bond is posted. Monitoring or treatment as directed by pretrial services, no alcohol or illegal drugs, and no marijuana. No contact of any kind with the alleged victims. No contact of any kind with any minors. No, I'm sorry, no unsupervised contact with any minors. And do not reside with any minors. And you've got an arraignment scheduled a week from today. That's January 28th at 1:30 in the afternoon in Superior Court. So if you do post that bond, you need to make sure that you are in Superior Court for your arraignment in 1 week. All right, sir, that is all. You're excused.
Is it the PD, Your Honor?
It is the PD.
Thank you.
Hi, sir. Can I get your full name?
Fabian David Couch.
Mr. Couch, I'm seeing you again.
Yes,
Hold on.
I apologize.
I'm seeing you again for a warrant that I issued for narcotic drug violation, drug paraphernalia violation, from January 26th of 2024. And, you were previously arrested and released on this twice and, failed to appear at your arraignment
Can I please speak?
on the 10th.
No, there's a reason why though.
Hold on. Why don't you, Ms. Baumgartner, would you put him on mute and hear what he wants to say?
Okay, Your Honor, whenever you're ready, I can argue for bond. I'm not sure we've gotten there yet.
Yes, please.
So we're actually asking you to give him another chance. It sounds like his circumstances last time have significantly changed. Last time he was not, he was originally had to be transported, when he was released here, he had to be transported up to Phoenix to take care of a case there. Now he's on probation in Phoenix. He has a PO, he has to do UAs. This is a personal possession drug case. My guess is in our jurisdiction, it'll possibly be run concurrent with that probation term. So he's here, he's ready to take care of it. And it sounds like last time he just had that other court in a completely different jurisdiction that was getting in his way. So we'd be asking you to give him a chance to deal with this in person. He is here, living with his kid's moms and has not violated on probation.
All right, what I'm seeing is that he was put on probation November 21st.
Yeah.
I saw him when he was arrested the second time, a couple of weeks later in December. And then he didn't show up to his arraignment in January.
I'm not going to.
Okay. He would like to talk to you, Your Honor.
The reason why is
Go ahead.
because.
Go ahead, talk to me.
Okay, so the reason why there's a space difference between whenever I got arrested and whenever you saw me was because I was sat in MCSO for almost 2 months. That's the reason why. From my court date to whenever they came and got me and brought me down here was like almost over a month and a half later. Because I had to wait 7 days. I had to wait 7 days for my Glendale hold, and they never came and got me. And then I waited another like over almost a whole month for Pima County to come and get me. That's why there's that space in between whenever I got put on probation and whenever I got released here, and why I had to go back to Phoenix to check into probation. I'm just begging for one more chance, please. Like I promise, I'm not gonna leave Tucson until I go to court.
So are you in contact with your Maricopa County probation officer?
Yes, I am.
And do you have stable housing?
Here, yes. But until I'm here, yes. So I'm probably gonna end up staying here.
Your Honor,
Yeah.
the state's a bit skeptical. Continued criminality is not a defense for failing to show. State stands by its recommendation at 5,000, and I would be a bit surprised if there's not a probation hold here or on the way.
I don't know that there's no warrant for probation violation. He was just put on probation 2 months ago. And the problem is that he didn't show up for his arraignment for the second time. So where are you living?
At her mom's house?
It's fine.
Yeah, my kid's mom's house.
It's here in Tucson.
Yes, it's here in Tucson.
All right, I'm gonna order one more time that you be released to pretrial services, monitoring or treatment as directed by them, no alcohol or illegal drugs. Your hearing with me is going to be in
Yes.
1 week from today on
Yeah.
January 28th at 1:30 in Superior Court. You need to be there.
I will be there. I will not let you down.
All right,
Thank you.
all right,
Thank you.
you're excused.
Is that PD, Your Honor?
Sorry.
Okay. Yes, PD
Yes, PD.
for you. Okay.
Sure must do it.
Alyssa.
Yeah, lucky man. Yeah, he's.
So,
Hi, ma'am, can I get your full name?
Alyssa Geyer.
Ms. Geyer, I'm seeing you this evening on charges of domestic violence, aggravated assault, and kidnapping. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you. And you've got counsel seated next to you for today's hearing. State is recommending a $75,000 bond plus pretrial services. Given the allegations and it looks like she's on probation for 3 different felony offenses out of Texas. Fairly recently. I'll hear from defense.
Your Honor, we're actually asking to continue this to the morning calendar. I spoke with Ms. Geyer and she has housing with her mother. She knows the phone number. It sounds like she gave it to pretrial, but she didn't answer for whatever reason. So she's going to work hard over the next several hours to make sure her mom can verify with them that she does have housing away from this victim. I also think there are potentially some probable cause issues with the DV kidnap charge. So we're asking to continue it.
Okay.
Your Honor, state opposes, if I'm gonna pull back up the pretrial statement regarding the housing, because if I'm not mistaken, mom was disinclined to help out here. Yes, the defendant's mother said she's unemployed and she can use the address for mailing purposes only, not residential. She is not offering housing. State stands by its original recommendation. This is DV involving strangulation. This person has a lot of priors and is on felony probation for the next 7 years at least. She has no significant connections to the community, less than 3 months, and she's looking at mandatory prison time, if not the fact that they're likely to violate her on parole.
Your Honor, may I respond to that?
Yes.
I understand the state's position and she's from Camp Verde where her mom lives and she has other family members up there that she can check in with about getting her housing if her mom is not willing to. She knows their phone numbers, so she's asking for the chance because she was not aware that her mom was in that position to then verify with other people.
I'm gonna order a $25,000 bond. It'll be cash or secured, released to pretrial services if posted. No acts of domestic violence, monitoring or treatment as directed by pretrial, no alcohol or illegal drugs, no contact with the alleged victim. I'll put in my order, ma'am, that you could return one time with a law enforcement escort if you have personal belongings at his residence.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
you would take my order to the nearest police station and have them go with you to get your things. And preliminary hearing date is scheduled for January 31st, but that hearing is very likely not going to happen on that date. You'll get a hearing at a later date. So if you do post your bond, it's going to be really important that you're in touch with pretrial and with your attorney so that you know when to get to court. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. You're excused.
Hello.
Oh.
Hi, sir. Can I get your full name?
Reynaldo Robles.
Mr. Robles, I am seeing you this evening on a few different matters. You have new felony charges of possession of a dangerous drug. And then you've got, it looks like 3 warrants out of Pima County Justice Court for advertising, contracting without a license. 2 of them are from 2021. And then there's a civil violation from 2023. State's recommending a $7,500 bond with pretrial services. Mr. Poston, I'll hear from you on that.
Your Honor, we're looking at somebody who's a 6 and a 5, 6 FTA, 6 NCA, 5 M, 5 FTA. He's got an extensive hearing of failing to appear for court hearings. State's not opposed to him possibly looking at Step Smart. However, he's got an epic a history of not showing up. He's also got a history of violence, which is very problematic for the state. And there needs to be some strong incentives for him to actually show up.
All right, I'll hear from defense.
Your Honor, we're asking you to release him to pretrial services. He has verified housing and support with his daughter. He is self-employed. He does have priors. However, the last one is from 2011. So that was almost 15 years ago. The 2 misdemeanors pending that you cited are nonviolent. This is considered a nonviolent offense. It's a personal possession drug case, Your Honor. He doesn't have an active NVCA flag. With the verified housing and support and being on pretrial, with the misdemeanors, he wasn't had the same opportunity on pretrial where he gets that level of supervision. His family's more involved. So given the actual charges at hand, we'd be asking you release him to pretrial services.
All right, on the felony, I'm going to order a $500 cash or secured bond released to pretrial services if that bond is posted. Monitoring or treatment as directed by pretrial, no alcohol or illegal drugs. We'll set a smart hearing for January 28th at 9 o'clock. And preliminary hearing will be January 31st. And I just realized with this civil warrant, so there must be a judgment against him and he didn't show up for hearings to deal with that. And so this judge actually asked for a $6,000 bond.
Your Honor,
Yes.
based on my prior experience in justice court, it's entirely possible that he's looking at a couple of failures of chronic FTAs in
Right.
cases of contracting or advertising without a license. The judges eventually just get frustrated with the failures to appear and issue a fairly healthy bond. The fact that it's up to 6,000 means it's been festering for quite some time.
I'm going to order $500 cash bonds on each of these 3 justice court matters. I will appoint Robin Ald to represent you. And you're gonna see the judge tomorrow by video at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. All right, sir. So if you end up posting those bonds, you need to make sure that you get to these court dates or warrants will issue for your arrest. Do you understand?
Yeah, I believe so.
Great. You're excused.
Hello, how are you?
Hey, sir, give me just a moment.
Yes, sir.
All right, sir, can I get your full name?
Yes. For the Irineo Peña Solis.
Mr. Solis, I am seeing you this evening on a couple of different matters. You've got, actually a few different matters. You've got new Mr. Poston, you put in your recommendation that there was a gun. But
Your Honor,
okay.
this one was much unclear. In the assessment, it talks about case CR 2024-4823, misconduct involving weapons as well as drugs and drug paraphernalia. This case was charged, later dismissed, and then reinstated. That would also go with the fact that he picked up yet more drug charges. So this isn't a holdout bond situation. I just would note that these are rapid fire drug charges. And I would note that the weapon that he was stopped with is particularly concerning. The 5.7x28 is a favorite weapon of, honestly, cartels. And that's based on a rather apocryphal belief that it'll penetrate body armor.
Your Honor, I'm gonna object to that. That's just speculating. That's coming from absolutely nowhere. It's just inappropriate, and I can't listen to that.
Your Honor, the state agrees with the 7,500 plus pretrial that was instituted on or about the 5th of November. That plus the fact that he's got additional charges.
All right, I'll hear from defense.
Your Honor, it sounds like he didn't know about this case. It was initially dismissed. He stayed in on bond on it, and then he was released. The court only issued a $2,500 bond on this, so the $7,500 isn't necessary. At most, we'd be asking for 25. Regarding the new drug cases, I mean, drug addicts have drug cases, Your Honor. These are personal possession. He's not once charged with attempting to sell. There's no allegations of him being involved in the drug cartel. So I really don't believe a $7,500 bond is appropriate on that either. And we'd actually be asking you release him to pretrial. He doesn't have any violent priors. His last priors from 2017, or his last felony priors from 2017, which is a personal possession drug case, Your Honor. So that would be our recommendation.
All right. Okay, on the warrant, I'm going to order a $2,500 cash or secured bond released to pretrial services if that bond is posted. Monitoring or treatment as directed by pretrial. No alcohol or illegal drugs. No firearms or weapons. Arraignment is scheduled for 1 week from today. It is January 28th at 1:30 in Superior Court. So if you post your bond, sir, you need to make sure that you get to that hearing in 1 week. That's going to be with me. All right. If you're not at that hearing, I'm going to have to issue another warrant for your arrest, and it'll likely be a much higher bond. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor. Most likely I will be bonded out. I'll be staying here.
Okay. Unless you bond out, you're going to be there, and I'll see you in a week. All right. And then on the new drug charges, I'll order a $250 cash or secured bond released to pretrial if that bond is posted. Monitoring or treatment, no alcohol or illegal drugs. We'll set a SMART hearing for January 28th at 9 o'clock in the morning. And preliminary hearing will be January 31st. Public defender is appointed if I didn't say so yet. And then on this misdemeanor warrant, this is for driving on a suspended license from February 17th. I am going to order that you be released as to that charge. Order that you do not drive without a valid driver's license. Your hearing in justice court will be February 20th at 8:30 in the morning. So if you're out of custody by then, you need to get to that hearing. If you're still in custody, they will take you to a video hearing for that. All right, sir, you understand?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, you're excused.
Oh, this one. Go ahead. Go ahead and take a seat right here. Oh.
Hello.
Hi,
Hey, sir, can I get your full name?
Daniel Thomas Velazquez.
All right, Mr. Velasquez, I am seeing you this evening on a few different matters. You've got new, you've got some new cases, felony cases, involving burglary, third degree burglary, possession of burglary tools, possession of drug paraphernalia, possession of dangerous drug, and then, another third degree burglary charge. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you, and you've got counsel seated next to you for today's hearing. We're also going to talk about, it looks like 3 warrants out of Justice Court and 3 warrants out of Tucson City Court. We'll deal with those next, but first, we're going to talk about these felonies. The state is asking for a $75,000, or I'm sorry, 75, hold on, sir. $7,500 concurrent bond.
Your Honor, I misspoke. There's only one case on this one, so please go ahead and disregard one of the.
I think they're actually split into 2. Yeah, there's 2.
Okay, then I wasn't mistaken. Yeah, state's looking for that primarily based on felony convictions, substantial misto record, history of FTA is absolutely epic, community ties are lacking, and he's a 6 out of 6 on both scales.
Right?
Just a moment, Your Honor.
Sure.
Okay. So, Your Honor, it sounds like after speaking with Mr. Velasquez, he's been in and out of the hospital a lot. He has medical conditions that he's dealing with. He has mental health diagnoses, including schizophrenia that he's dealing with. He has substance use disorder that he's dealing with. He was set to go up to treatment in Phoenix tomorrow to address those. He has 1 prior, which is a personal possession drug offense from 2020. So given those situations, we'd be asking for no more than $7,500 on both cases concurrent.
Honestly, I can't.
All right, Mr. Velasquez, I need to talk to you for a minute, okay? All right, on the felony matters, Mr. Velasquez, I need you to stop talking to defense counsel and just listen to what I'm going to order, okay? I'm going to order a $7,500 concurrent bond on the felony matters. It'll be cash or secured, released to pretrial, posted. Do not return to any of the incident locations, monitoring or treatment as directed by pretrial. No alcohol or illegal drugs. Preliminary hearing date is scheduled for January 31st. All right, sir. And then, sir, I need to talk to you. Mr. Velasquez, I need to talk to you. You've got 3 warrants out of Pima County Justice Court. Those are for a shoplifting criminal trespass from April 13th, shoplifting criminal trespass from May 10th, shoplifting criminal trespass from August 8th. On those cases, I'm going to appoint Janet Altschuler to represent you in justice court. I'm going to order $250 cash or secured bonds on each of those matters. Order that you not return to any of those incident locations, no alcohol or illegal drugs. You're going to have a hearing in justice court tomorrow, the 22nd at 1 o'clock in the afternoon to deal with your justice court matters. And then finally, we have warrants out of Tucson City Court for criminal trespass, paraphernalia theft charges, all from last year as well. On those matters, I'm going to order a $500 cash or secured bond. I will appoint the city public defender's office to represent you. Same conditions. And your hearing in city court will be on January 31st at 1:45. All right, sir, so you're going to get you've got 3 different court dates and you've got attorneys representing you in all of these cases. If that's all, you're excused.
Okay.
Last time we went to housing.
Oh.
So they're gonna bring him down. Judge shut me to pick up.
Okay. Judge, I guess the Mr. Willis was moved to housing, so they're bringing him down, so it could be a couple minutes.
I did Altschuler for Velasquez, right?
No, I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up. No, I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up. No, I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you want
Hi, sir. Can I get your full name?
Jaco Willis.
Mr. Willis, I'm seeing you this evening on a charge of aggravated DUI. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you. And you've got counsel seated next to you for today's hearing. State is recommending a $2,500 bond with pretrial services. I'm seeing no prior history of any kind and residence with his wife. Mr. Poston, did you want to be heard any further?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Sir, I'm going to order that you be released to pretrial services supervision. So you need to check in with them when you get out. I'm ordering monitoring or treatment as directed by pretrial. I am ordering that you possess or consume no alcohol, illegal drugs, or marijuana. I am ordering that you do not drive without a valid driver's license. Got a preliminary hearing date that is scheduled for February 10th, but that hearing is very likely not going to happen on that date. You're going to get a hearing at a later date. So it's really important that you're going to be in touch with pretrial and with your attorney so that you know when to get to court so that a warrant doesn't issue for your arrest. Do you understand all of that?
Of course. Can I ask one question? What was the aggravated part of the DUI?
Let me tell you.
Driving down the wrong way.
Or was that?
Wrong way driver. Yep.
I didn't even notice.
You don't want to talk. You're gonna talk to your attorney about all the facts, okay? All right. Just make sure that you're in touch with everybody, okay, sir? All right.
So much.
You're welcome. You're excused. All right, and thanks everybody. Have a wonderful